Today we're here to dive into the tarot and tap into the energies of December 4th through to the 10th for your personal astrological sign. You know, it's impossible not to be swept away by the magic that begins to fill the air during this time of year. Now, I know December is a month of bustling with holiday preparations, a time when many of us are caught up in the whirlwind of gift wrapping and festive feasts and joyous melodies of our favorite tunes. And amidst all the cheerful chaos, it's crucial to take a moment for ourselves to pause, to reflect on the beautiful energy that surrounds us and within us. As we step into this week, let's carry the spirit of connection and togetherness with us. Whether you're celebrating traditions with loved ones or finding solace in a quiet moment of self-reflection, know that the universe is weaving a tapestry of positive vibrations all around you. I want to take a moment to express my gratitude for each and every one of you. Your presence here is a gift, and together we're creating a community that thrives on positivity and shared wisdom. As we navigate the energies of this week, let's do so with open hearts, mindful spirits, and a genuine appreciation for the present moment. Stick around as we dive into the cosmic currents, guiding us from December 4th through the 10th in your personal sign, your sun, your moon, and rising sign readings. Now, what are those? The sun represents your core identity, the essence of who you are. It's your ego, your self-expression, and the traits that define your personality. The moon sign reflects your emotional nature, your heart, your inner feelings, and how you respond on an emotional level. It's your subconscious self and emotional needs. Your rising sign represents the mask or the persona you present to the world. It's your outward behavior and the way you approach life. And when you blend all three readings together, it becomes a personal reading made just for you. Now, if you're not sure what your moon or rising sign is, I have a free natal chart on my website for you at TillyToday, and I'll leave the information in the box below. Okay, let's get to your reading and see what the cards have in store for us. I'm hoping to share some guidance and, most importantly, help you in raising your energy so we can all spread a little bit more love and light into our days and, of course, this festive season. Welcome, Scorpio. This is your weekly focus for December 4th through to the 10th, 2023. Okay, let's see what the cards have to tell you. What messages come through? And cut the deck. And, okay, our underwriting energy for the entire week is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is about loving your perception of your tomorrow, protecting it, protecting your dreams, your visions, your goals, your desires, from people who want to tear it down, from people who don't agree with it, from people who try and talk you out of your path forward. This is a time of protection, a shield of strength. You want to nurture your dreams, your goals. You want to grow them to maturity. You want them to bloom. You want them to blossom. And that's your main intent throughout this week, is protecting them, yes, from outside forces that could strip them of their empowerment, but also to love them, to want to nurture them, to want to grow them, to know what they will become if you give it the attention and the focus that it deserves. Our first card is the Nine of Cups, the Wish card. This is really a time where you can dream of the possibilities and have an expectation that those dreams will come true. This is about having wishes in every part of your life, not just certain parts. And since we have Venus just has gone into your sign, I can see it very clearly that you want the love and beauty in all parts of your life, not just in relationships, or not just in health and well-being, or not just in promotions or stature or home and family. You have wishes and desires for every part of your life and wanting to bring in beauty and harmony to every part of your life. And that is a part of your wishes, the set of wishes that you will be asking for throughout probably the month of December. So long as Venus is there, and that's usually 3 to 4 weeks. Venus might leave at the very end of the month or something, but for the most part, you have the entire month to dream your wishes, dream your desires, dream your goals, dream your wants in all parts of your life, and watch the magic start to unfold around you. We have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is the seasons are changing. New energy is coming in, old energy is leaving. Okay, we are in full moon energy for the entire week. So we are looking at what we can let go of, what we can release, what we can heal from, so that we can go into the new season with a sense of renewal, a sense of vitality, a sense of vision. And we have the Chariot. So the Chariot is, do not move too quickly. Do not say yes to everything. Do not say no to everything right now. This is a time to pull back, to wait for some light to come in, some clarity, some understanding, for the fog to lift so that you can see clearly of how you want to go forward, what steps you want to take. So we're not in any rush here, okay? We're not trying to push ourselves into something that maybe isn't meant for us. And it's not a time to say no to anything. It's not a time to close the door on anything that is inviting us in. But it is a time to pull it back and contemplate on where you actually want to move forward. In what direction do you want to go? In what things that you want to manifest become tangible in your world? For work and career, now where's Saturn for you? It's in your 5th house. So goodness gracious. And look at this, we got the Fool. Okay, so chances are in work, in career, in stature in the community, in your face to the world, your legacy, your destiny, your dynasty, perhaps. I hear dynasty here. We have the Fool card. And this is in work and career, and we have Saturn, which is the rules and obligations. You know, that's kind of your 5th house. Now, if we were to look for your 10th house, got it all set up there. That's Leo. It's still another beautiful fire sign. So I think where you want to express your creativity, your talents, your wisdom, and kind of have it somehow weaved within the fabric of what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what brings you laughter, what brings you celebration. You know, what kind of job would you have if every day when you went to work you almost felt guilty at the end of the week for collecting that paycheck because you had so much fun? You were so engrossed in it. It allowed you to flourish, allowed you to not only blossom but bloom with your talents, with your abilities, the unique you. And this is kind of what the Fool's saying here, that we might want to go into new paths. We might want to stretch our minds to a new way of earning an income, one that aligns more closely with our values, one that aligns more closely with our talents and abilities, something that we find that we can be seen within our work. Okay, so brand new paths coming out. Now, if you are in a job and you feel like this job is already doing this for you, it might be you want to go for a promotion, or you want to move laterally. Maybe the work is great, but the pay isn't good, so you want to find a company that mirrors it in some way, but the pay is better. Or maybe the pay is really great, but you can only show a little bit of your talent, and this one will allow you to really flourish and grow and show your strengths and show your beauty within your creations. For love and relationships, well, we have the 5 of Pentacles here. And I can understand this card. It's kind of like you have to have a hope, you have to have a faith that this is about your close relationships. And maybe you've had some bumps in the road. Maybe you've had some struggles within your relationships lately. But this is where you become the bigger person. This is where you stand up strong. This is where you also honor your own sense of love and what's expected in a relationship. And maybe there's some hard conversations that you'll have to have because of this. We do have Mercury trining Jupiter, so we can use our words actually and our imagination to form those words into powerful statements of what we expect a relationship to look like and be like. And maybe work towards some kind of, I don't want to say the word compromise, collaboration. Collaboration would be closer to it. And instead of throwing in the towel on a relationship, to understand where you see the value of that relationship and how you want that part of the relationship to grow, the value of that relationship. It's like when you go to work and you may not like Joe from accounting, but Joe from accounting is very knowledgeable, and you don't know what you would do without Joe on certain days just because of his knowledge alone. Okay, so what does that person give you in the sense of a relationship, and in love and support and respect? And I think you're looking at these relationships now. Some of these relationships you may walk away from because they serve no purpose going forward. You find that it has become an unhealthy relationship. There isn't support, or there isn't respect, there isn't that unity, that divine love present anymore, that you've separated, and you don't see any value of coming back. Like, so you're really looking at these things and understanding them for what they are. Certain relationships, yes, will have to stay in the past, but other relationships, we want to maybe renew it with some energy, put some new energy into it, stand up tall and strong and fight for that relationship to gain some ground, to grow it deeper. For our spirituality, we have the King of Wands. Well, the King of Wands never wants anything to be perfect before he moves forward. And maybe you like perfect. And this card is here to say that you need to start working on the gray areas with meditation, with prayer, with talking to the universe, your higher self, God, your angels. And understanding that everything doesn't have to be perfect for you to make a move. That you can test the waters, that you can take a step and see what happens, and then take another step and see what happens. And constantly coming back and reorganizing and say, okay, I took a step this way. Was it harmful or helpful? Okay, it was helpful. I'm going to move forward this way. It was harmful. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try this and see if this works. And so you're not really waiting for the perfect plan, but rather you are taking what you find as the very first steps and trying them out, seeing how they work, seeing how they don't work, almost like a science experiment here. We are just taking small little bite-sized pieces, and once we completely digest them, then we go to the next step and the next step and beyond. But this is very much a card where we need to maybe grow a faith within our own intuition, within our own gut feeling, within our own sage wisdom, that we have enough capabilities to take the next step. Maybe not to get from A to B yet, but we know that we are able to take the next step and start imagining what that next step would look like for you. Start dreaming of the possibility of taking that next step, watching it play out in different scenarios. Try it in your mind first, and then try and put it into reality. Try and make it your own steps if you like what you see in your mind. If you think that might have a little bit of, something that you can sink your teeth into, so to speak. For health and well-being, we have the Four of Wands. So it's about recognizing the people you have in your life, your close relationships. Okay, spouses, significant others, best friends. And celebrating where you are within the journey. And celebrating each other. I get this health and well-being from you giving of yourself in the relationship a little bit where normally you would pull back. By taking that extra step, by going that extra mile, by doing that favor without being asked. To give a little bit more in the relationship, and then celebrate the fact that you had somebody beautiful to give something to, and they rejoiced in your presence because you gave them something special. it's kind of it's that feel good energy that picks you up, that moves you with a better flow, that allows you to tap into. And do not worry if that friendship is, just the beginning stages, or that friendship is just an acquaintance right now, because those things you can grow, and you can celebrate to grow that relationship deeper and stronger. And it's all about the relationships growing deeper and stronger during this time. Also, there's something about money. Something comes up about money for you. We have the Five of Pentacles in love. We have the Wheel in the middle. So it's some kind of, for lack of a better word, it's a stigma, or it's a change in perception that allows you to understand where you might have actually put the brakes on money coming into your life, or expanding in your life in the way you wanted. And seeing now how you can take full advantage of that very thing that you discouraged in your life, and utilize it towards your wellness, towards your abundance, your financial abundance. So pay attention to things that come up like that, because, and especially if you take a special meditation or just some quiet time to have a conversation seemingly with yourself, your higher self, you may come to some astounding, I don't want to say premonition, it's not a premonition, findings, discoveries of where you might have actually been stopping yourself from actually obtaining the abundance that you want to bring into your life. There's something there. It's like a wound. Like maybe you grew up very poverty stricken or something, and so you weren't capable of handling money, or maybe when you were a teen you spent all kinds of money and then things went wrong and you wish you had that money, and so you always beat yourself up for it. There's some kind of issue with your relationship to money that is going to make a beautiful transformation in your life, that some kind of scar will be healed, some kind of perception will be changed, your understanding becomes clearer, there's more knowledge, more sage wisdom involved, and you understand how to maybe take that dollar and make it into $1,000. There's something along those lines. So pay attention to what comes at you. Maybe it's a verse in a song, or maybe just a line in a song, or somebody's having a conversation with you and they say something and you're like, ha, I understand so much more because of that. And it just all clicks together. Okay, now I've got the Circle of Doors tarot deck. And I did do a review on this. I was gifted by the creators of this deck. So, I mean, thank you very much, because it is a beautiful deck. And it's very much laid out like a regular tarot deck, and yet they kind of take tarot to a new level, a new experience, a different awakening within the messages. For us, we have Dark Mood, the Three of Knives. Three of Knives, the Dark Mood. So let's take a look at what the book has to say for that. Okay. It's all been picked apart, carved and sliced without care. How much more will be lost before you see the ruin you reap from your desire to know it all? Here now we see the danger of the weapon that attacks the world with words, never resting until every pebble and leaf has a category and every movement has a logical explanation. The mind, when untempered, declares itself master and provokes a war on the soul. The mind is extremely powerful and can overwhelm with subtle mysteries by convincing us that only more thinking will save us from the disaster that our thinking caused. Depression emerges as a rebellion against the disastrous path the mind dares to blaze through the jungle spirit. So in what ways can your thoughts act against the essence of your being? How do you balance the relationship between your mind, body, and spirit? What secret blessings are revealed by the conflict between ideas and feelings? Your affirmations for this week are: I overcome through openness and clarity. I notice when I have begun overthinking. My heart and mind are equal partners. I do not need to know every answer. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.